Hi guys, I'm super excited for the class today. It's our last Yoga Foundation class and we are going to talk about breath and Sun Salutations. So breathing is kind of important in yoga. Breathing exercises, pranayama, they're one of the 8 limbs of yoga. Asana or movement practice is another limb of yoga. And breathing is important for quite a few different reasons. So our conscious breath, which we've been practicing at the beginning of every class, is used to help us stay in the moment, stay present. So as you're focused on your inhales and your exhales, there's no past, no future. You're right there in the moment, thinking about what's happening right now. So breathing is used as part of meditation, part of mindfulness practice, trying to keep us grounded and in the moment. Now, yogis also believe that breath helps carry prana. Prana yoga is known as, it's a form of energy. It's also known as life force or life energy. And yogis believe that breath helps carry that prana throughout our body. Now, prana moves through these energy channels called nadis, and nadis can get clogged. So the breath or the prana, not the breath, the prana can get stuck and it can move freely, which can then represent as different issues in your body, different ailments. So we really want to make sure that nadis are nice and open. And to do that, yogis practice breath techniques, so pranayama, and also movement helps keep those nadis open and prana flowing fully and freely. So as you can see, yogis are quite dependent on the breath in there as well. And then also when you come back to the movement, breathing is a physical physical action. We don't think about it. It happens automatically. But many different body systems, body parts are involved in breathing. So our body moves as we breathe. So when you, on top of that, add our asana, our movement practice, it is affected by our breath. And the parts of the body that move as we breathe are connected to many other parts of the body by muscles, ligaments, fascia. So as we inhale, we move the body one way, which affects the movement, and also as we exhale and we move, the little parts of the body move, which is also affecting the movement in a different way, which is why we try to cue certain movements with an inhale and with an exhale. So typically, not really a rule, but because there are exceptions, of course, but typically I think of it as every time you're coming back to the center, back to the middle, you're doing it with an inhale. And every time you're going away from the center of your body, away from the middle of the body, you're doing it with an exhale. So for example, if I'm here sitting in a seated pose, I'm going to inhale, bring the arms up. I'm staying in the middle of my body. And with an exhale, I'm going to bend to the side, moving away from the center. Inhale, come back through the center. Exhale, move the other way. Inhale, come back. Exhale, fold forward. So you can see we're starting to link the movement with the breath. And finally, the breath also helps with the practice, our asana practice, in a way that it links to the first thing I talked about. So staying in a moment, staying present as we breathe, and as you're focused on the breath, and Ujjayi breath, which is a breathing practice we're going to learn today, actually helps with this quite a bit because Ujjayi breath is audible. So as you're trying to stay focused on the breath, Ujjayi breath being audible gives us a sound that we can focus on as well. And the sound also can remind us, if our mind starts to wander, the sound will remind us to come back to the breath. So as you're holding a pose, for example, it might be challenging and you're starting to notice your thighs hurting, muscles hurting. if you, instead of that feeling in your body, focus on your breath, the sound of the breath, the feel of the breath, you're going to forget about the discomfort in whatever body part you're working, and it's going to help you stay in that pose a little bit longer. So I think that's all I want to say about breathing right now. There's a lot more that can be said, and I'm sure I will in future classes. But I'll mention a few things about Sun Salutations, which we are also going to do. So we are going to explore classical Sun Salutation, which we pretty much already did last class with a couple of modifications that I'm going to introduce today. And then we're going to go into Sun Salutation A and Sun Salutation B. Sun Salutations are typically used at the beginning of more of a flow vinyasa style classes to warm up the body. Vinyasas, or parts of Sun Salutation A, are also used in those classes later to create these nice little flows, little sequences. They're there to, as I said, warm up the body, but also to build strength and to bring the body to proper alignment for the practice. And so today we are going to try to link that breath with the movement in Sun Salutations and see how that feels. I'm going to introduce each Sun Salutation first slowly, so we get a hang of it, and then we're going to link the breath and move a little bit faster. So I'm not going to talk anymore. I've talked a lot. We're going to need 2 blocks today, or whatever you're using instead of blocks, and a blanket. So go grab that and let's get going. We're going to start the class today in a seated position, and that's where we're going to do our pranayama exercise. I folded a blanket and I'm sitting in a little bit of a support so they can create some space in my hips and allow them to open nicely, and I can align my body and my torso with my hips. So try to find that alignment where the crown of the head is right above your shoulders and right above your tailbone. Open across the chest, relax the arms, allow the elbows to fall, to stack just under your shoulders, and then place your hands on your thighs wherever they fall, with your palms facing up or down. Now if you face the palms up, that means that you want to receive energy. If your palms are facing down, you can do that if you want to feel more grounded. And then bring the floating ribs in, slight engagement in lower abdomen to help you support you there, and then close your eyes. And start just noticing your breath first. If you're practicing in the morning, see what your breathing pattern is today. Notice how your breath feels. And then gradually with each inhale, see if you can lengthen it a little bit. Take a little bit more air in. And then try to match the length of the exhale to that of the inhale. Gradually deepening our breath. Now gently lower the chin a little bit closer to the chest, but not too much. So make sure your head is still back, the back of the neck is long. The chin just slightly comes down. And then make sure to push the head back. So this is going to create a little bit of a chin lock. Which is also a bandha in the yoga practice. And it's going to slightly restrict the flow of the air throughout your throat. And even now you may start noticing the sound that this air is creating. That this lock is creating. If you're not noticing the sound yet, and even if you are, start thinking of like there is a mirror in front of you and you want to fog it up. So to do that, typically we do a little bit of a ha sound to push the air out of the mouth. So imagine you're doing that with your mouth closed. So an exhale, you're going to start hearing the sound. And then because you've restricted the flow of the air with an inhale, you'll hear that sound as well. So you want to keep that feeling in your throat, both on your inhales and your exhales. That's there when you're making that ha sound with your mouth closed. Hopefully you've managed to find that little bit of a sound as you breathe here. And this is called Ujjayi breath. So as I mentioned, this breath, because it's audible, can be very beneficial in our vinyasa or flow practice to keep us anchored to it. The sound keeps bringing us back to the breath. Ujjayi breath also builds up heat inside of the body. So it's beneficial in that way as well. It heats up the body and makes it ready, prepared for the practice, as well as keeps us safe as we practice. This is especially important if you're not practicing in heated spaces, so if you're at home or outside, not in a heated studio. Stay here for a couple more breaths, so continue practicing Ujjayi breath. Maybe even you've found a rhythm. Maybe your breath is flowing now. It even sound like an ocean wave. One more breath here. And as you finish your exhale, you can slowly start opening the eyes and lift your head. So see if you can keep this Ujjayi breath throughout the practice today. I'm going to try to remind you to come back to it, but see if you can follow its sound as you practice. See how that feels. So for the warm-up, you can stay up on your supports. I'm just going to move the blanket to the side for now. And we're going to start by placing the hands on our knees and doing a few torso circles here. So with an inhale, lean forward. And then we're going to move over to one side, let's say left. Then lean back slightly. Then over to the right. And then forward again. So you can start with smaller circles. And then with each circle, see if you can increase the size of it. So a little bit of a torso movement, starting to bring movement into the hips, a bit of the spine. As you lean back, feel free to round the upper back. As you lean forward, open across the chest. Good. Let's do 2 more going in this direction. Take your time, don't rush the movement. Good. And now we're going to switch directions. So we're going to move over towards the right. And then lean back. Left. Forward. Right. Back. Left. Forward. You exhale as you round the back. Inhale as you come forward. Let's do one more. Exhale. Inhale and come back to center. Keep your hands on your knees, and we'll do a couple of rounds of cats and cows now. So with an inhale, push the chest forward, open, maybe slightly gaze up, but don't crunch the neck. Try to find length first. And then exhale, round the upper back. Chin comes to chest. And again, inhale, open. Exhale to round. Grab your knees here. Use them as leverage here. Let's do two more. Inhale. And exhale. And last one. Inhale. And exhale. Good. Now come back to center. Place your hands forward. And we'll set up for dolphin right away. So place your elbows down. Now again, option is to have your wrists in line with the elbows, or you can interlace the fingers, see what feels better for you today, but elbows are about shoulder width apart. Good. Tuck the toes under and then lift the hips. Good. And you can bend one knee at a time here. The first few breaths, just getting some stretch into the back of your legs, calves, your hamstrings. Now we'll add a little bit of a movement to our dolphin. So inhale here. With an exhale, lean forward into the forearm or dolphin plank. Exhale, push the hips back up. Then inhale, come forward. Exhale, back up. 3 more. Inhale, forward. Exhale, back. This is really good for building shoulder strength. Inhale, forward. Exhale, up. And the last time, let's do one more. Inhale, forward. Exhale, back up. 2 more breaths here in dolphin. And then gently bend the knees, place them down on the floor, and come up onto your hands. Let's come into a tabletop, but our hands are just a little bit more in front so that the wrists are not directly under the shoulders, they're a little bit forward. Spread the fingers, tuck the toes under, lift the knees, and hover. Engage the core here. Inhale here. Exhale, push up into down dog. Inhale, come back into a hovering tabletop. Exhale, down dog. Inhale, bend the knees, hover. Exhale, back. 2 more. Inhale, bend and hover. Exhale, back. Last one. And exhale, back. Good. Now we're in down dog. Maybe walk your hands a little bit more forward until you feel comfortable in your down dog. And now we'll fall between down dog and full plank. So inhale here. Exhale, bring your hips down, shoulders stack above the wrists. Exhale, push up, down dog. Inhale, come forward into a plank. Exhale, back. Remember everything. Engage the core, open the shoulders. Inhale, forward. Exhale, back. 2 more. Forward. And back. And last one, forward. And back. Let's stay here in down dog for 2 breaths. If your body is asking for movement here, feel free to bend one knee at a time or sway your hips or really move in any way that your body wants to. There is no right or wrong here. You're still kind of mobilizing the body, seeing how it feels. Good, and then bend your knees, look forward, and slowly walk your feet forwards towards your hands. Coming into a forward fold, bend the knees. Drop your head, so relax your head here, relax your neck. And I'll give you a couple of options here. One is to grab your elbows with opposite hands. And then from here, start swaying side to side.
Or you can also release your hands and just drag them across the floor as you sway. I find that way, if I'm not grabbing my elbows, I can actually sway a little bit further to each side, go a little bit deeper into that side stretch, into that little bit of a twist, maybe. Just feel your body here. And then we're going to come back to center. Place the hands to your waist, elbows point up. And then inhale, rise all the way up. And release your arms. So we're going to start with our first version of Sun Salutations. As I mentioned, it's going to be classical Sun Salutations, very similar to what we did last class. You're just going to, I think, add one pose at the beginning and then change one in the middle. So let's find a Tadasana. Find your grounding through the feet. Engage your body, open the chest. And then inhale, bring the arms up. Relax the shoulders. Another inhale to lengthen the crown of your head up towards the ceiling. Exhale, push the hips and the chest forward as you open up. Bring the arms back as the gaze goes up towards the ceiling. Adding a back bend. Inhale, come back to center. Exhale, fold forward, bend the knees. Place the hands on the floor. Now we're going to lift the right foot, step it back. Place the right knee down. Inhale, rise up for your low lunge. Legs are engaged. You're scissoring them here. Your right glute is engaged. Exhale, place the hands down. Step the left foot back. Come into a full plank here, or you can stay down on the knees. So kneeling or full plank. Inhale here. And then with an exhale, we're going to place the knees, chest, chin onto the floor. Next, inhale to slide the body forward. Come up into a baby cobra. So the hands, you're not putting pressure into your hands. You're sliding the hands back towards your feet. Pushing the tops of the feet into the floor. Lengthen the crown of the head up. Exhale to fold, push into your hands. Come up through kneeling plank or full plank. Tuck your toes under, hips go up, down dog. Good. Now take your right hand, step it forward, as far forward as you can. Left knee comes down. Inhale, rise up, low lunge. Exhale, hands come to the floor. Step the left foot forward, forward fold. Inhale, rise all the way up. Bring the arms up. Exhale, hands come down. Let's do the other side. Inhale, bring the arms up. Exhale, back bends. Push the chest and the hips forward. Inhale, come back to center. Exhale, forward fold. Step the left foot back this time. Left knee comes down. Inhale, rise up, low lunge. Relax the shoulders, engage your legs. Then exhale, hands come to the floor. Step the right foot back, kneeling plank or full plank. Inhale here, exhale, knees, chest, chin touch the floor, hips are up. Slide the body forward into your baby cobra. Lower the chest down, push into your hands. Come into kneeling plank or full plank, tuck the toes under, hips go up, down dog. Good. Step the left foot forward. Right knee comes down. Inhale. Rise up. Low lunge. Engage that right glute. Exhale. Hands come to the floor. Step the right foot forward. Inhale. Rise all the way up. And exhale. Hands come down to the heart center. Now we're going to do this again, but we're going to link one movement to one breath. So we're going to move a little bit faster. Try to stay with me. Good. Find your Tadasana. Inhale, bring the arms up. Exhale, back bend. Inhale, come through center.
Exhale, forward fold. Hands on the floor, step the right foot back, right knee comes down, inhale up, low lunge. Exhale, hands come to the floor, step the left foot back, plank. Inhale there, exhale, knees, chest, chin touch the floor. Inhale, your back bend, baby cobra. Exhale, lower, push into your hands, kneeling plank or full plank. Exhale, downward facing dog. Right foot steps forward, left knee comes down. Inhale, rise up, lunge. Exhale, hands come to the floor. Step the left foot forward. Inhale, rise all the way up. Exhale, hands to heart center, left side. Inhale, arms up. Lengthen, exhale, back bend. Inhale through center. Exhale, fold forward. Bend the knees. Left knee comes down. Inhale, rise up, low lunge. Exhale, hands to the floor. Step the right foot back, plank. Exhale, knees, chest, chin touch the floor. Inhale, your baby cobra. Exhale to lower, push into your hands. Come up into a plank. Exhale, down dog. Inhale, left foot steps forward, right knee goes down. On an exhale. Inhale, rise up. Exhale, hands come down, step the right foot back. Inhale, rise all the way up. And exhale, hands come down. Find your breath. Notice if your body is already starting to warm up. Just feel that heat. And did you remember your Ujjayi breath? It's hard for me because I have to talk and do. But you try to breathe audibly. So now we're going to work on Sun Salutation A. And there is one pose that we haven't done, and that's in the full Sun Salutation A. Now, it's an optional pose. You don't have to do it. I'm going to show you how to do it. And we're talking about Chaturanga Dandasana. So Chaturanga is not easy. It requires a lot of upper body strength as well as a lot of core strength. So I like to teach it first with the blocks, and we'll start with placing the blocks on its highest height. Now, Chaturanga is added when we are lowering to the floor. So far, we've done this in a couple of different ways in our little vinyasas, our little flows. So we either come down to our knees or the full plank, and then we've lowered all the way down onto the floor. So that's still your option if you want to do it. Second option is what we were talking about last time, is to come into the knees, chest, chin transition, and then flatten into your back bend. And now the third option is going to be Chaturanga. So for Chaturanga, you don't lower down all the way onto the ground. You come at most halfway down. So some say you need to have your upper arm parallel to the floor as you lower. I don't think that's necessary. I think that's your absolute maximum where you should come. You should never have your shoulders under your elbows, because we tend to then round our shoulders forward. We don't want that. We want to keep the opening across the chest. Maybe you just come a little bit down, and that's completely fine. As you build strength, you'll be able to come lower with control. So that you can do this from your knees or from the full plank. You would place the blocks about shoulder width apart, and then place your hands right behind the blocks. I'm going to show you from my knees because it's easier. You would come down into a kneeling plank, turn the creases of the elbows forward, and then with an exhale, lower down. Elbows stay close to your body, and you lower at most to your blocks. Okay, so again, you would come forward. It's not easy. Exhale, lower. And then from there, you would move into up dog. So you push your feet into the floor and your hands and come into up dog and then down dog. So one more time, you would come into a kneeling plank,
lower down into chaturanga. Push on the tops of the feet, lift the knees, push into your hands, up dog, down dog. It can be done from the full plank, lower, up dog, down dog. Good. So I'm going to move the blocks, but if you want to practice this, use the blocks, practice it. We are going to do the full Sun Salutation A now. I'm going to do chaturanga. You have the options to lower different ways. So knees, chest, chin, or coming all the way down. So we'll do one slow, and then we'll do a couple faster. So from your Tadasana, feet can be together or hip width apart. Inhale, bring the arms up. Exhale, bend the knees, fold forward. Inhale, come halfway up, flat back. Bring your throat back. Exhale to fold, hands to the floor, step the right foot back, and then the left. Decide on your transition. Inhale here, exhale, lower. Inhale into your back bend. Exhale, downward facing dog. And that's it. Good. Next, inhale, bend the knees, look forward. Exhale, step the right foot forward, and then the left. Inhale, come halfway up, flat back. Exhale, fold. Inhale, rise all the way up. And exhale, bring the hands down. Good. So let's do it one more time. Moving a little bit faster. Inhale, bring the arms up. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, halfway up. Exhale to fold. Step the left foot back to stem, then the right. Inhale there, exhale, lower. Inhale, up dog or cobra. Exhale, down dog. Bend the knees, look forward, and then step the left foot forward, and then the right. Inhale, come halfway up for a flat back. Exhale, fold. Inhale, rise all the way up. And exhale, hands come down. Let's do one more just for fun. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, fold. Inhale, halfway up. Exhale, fold hands to the floor, step either foot back. Inhale there, exhale to lower. Inhale, up dog or cobra. Exhale, down dog. Inhale, bend the knees, look forward. Exhale, step your feet forward. Inhale, come halfway up, flat back. Exhale to fold. Inhale, rise all the way up. And exhale, hands come down. Find your breath. So the last Sun Salutation that we're going to explore is the Sun Salutation B. This one is pretty similar to Sun Salutation A, except it adds a couple more poses, and it's done on both sides, so you'll see what I mean. But one Sun Salutation has the right and left component. So we're going to do one slowly, and then we're going to link the movement with the breath. So the first pose that's added to Sun Salutation B is Utkatasana, the chair pose. So this is why I start Sun Salutations B with my feet together. So bring the feet together, toes, big toes touching, heels just slightly apart. Inhale, bring the arms up. Exhale, bend in your knees and your hips. Utkatasana, chair pose. Pull the belly button in and your floating ribs. Open across the chest, sink low in your hips. The weight is in the heels. Keep breathing. Use your dry breath. And exhale, straighten the legs a little bit, not fully full forward.
Inhale, come halfway up. This is where you straighten your legs fully, torso parallel to the floor. Exhale, fold forward, hands come to the floor, step the right foot back and then the left. We're in plank. Now use your transition. You can do knees, chest, chin. You can place your knees down and then lower all the way down. You can lower all the way down from plank. Or you can do chaturangas. So inhale here, exhale your transition. Inhale into your back bend, you know your options. And exhale, down dog. This is where we'll add warrior one. So inhale, lift the right leg up. Bend the knee, bring it into your chest, step the foot in between the hands. Left heel will come down, left foot is on an angle. Right knee above the right ankle. Inhale, rise up, push that right thigh back. And bring the arms up. Warrior one. Good. Really find your warrior here. Squeeze that left glute. Try to square the hips. And exhale, place the hands down on either side of the front foot. Step the right foot back. Inhale here, exhale your transition, your lowering. So all the way or chaturanga. Inhale, up dog or cobra. And exhale, down dog. Left side, inhale, lift the left leg up. And then bend the knees, step the foot in between the hands. Right heel touches down, right foot is on an angle. Inhale into your warrior one. Go try to straighten the back leg. One more breath here. Exhale, hands come down. Step the left foot back. One more time, transition. Exhale. Inhale, up dog or cobra. And exhale, down dog. Now we're going to bend the knees, look forward, step the right foot forward, and then the left. Bring the feet together, heels slightly apart. Inhale, bend into your knees and your hips with Utkatasana. And exhale, Tadasana. Good. Find your breath. Now we're going to link it to the movement. So I'm going to cue a little bit less. I'm going to move a little bit faster. Feet together. Inhale, bring the arms up. Exhale, chair pose. Inhale there. Exhale, straighten the legs forward, fold. Inhale, come halfway up, flat back. Exhale to fold, hands to the floor, let's step the left foot back and then the right. Inhale there, exhale, transition lower. Inhale, back bend. Exhale, down dog. Inhale, lift the right leg up. Bend the knee, step the foot in between the hands. Next inhale, rise up, warrior one. Exhale, hands come down, step back, plank. Inhale there, exhale, lower push up. Inhale your back bend. Exhale, down dog. Inhale, left leg lifts. Bend the knee, bring it into your chest, step the foot in between the hands, place the right heel down. Inhale, rise up, warrior one. Exhale to fold, step the left foot back. Inhale there, exhale, lower. Inhale, up dog or cobra. Exhale, down dog. Bend the knees, look forward, and then inhale, step the left foot forward, and then the right, feet together. Next inhale, bend the knees, Utkatasana. Exhale, Tadasana. Find your breath. So there you go. Those are your 3 different variations of Sun Salutations. I don't know if you've noticed, but there are a couple of things missing in Sun Salutations. There are no twists, and there are no side bends, really. So as we close the practice, I'm going to add those to our closing sequence. And to get there, let's come to the front of the mat. Bring the feet together, big toes are touching. Bring the knees together, and then extend the arms up, and then bring them down in line with the shoulders. Plug the shoulders back, palms are facing down. You're going to slowly start going into a squat. So start bending your knees and your hips. The weight will come into the balls of the feet. Your heels are going to start lifting. Move slowly, lower slowly. Until you come all the way down. How was that? Place your hands in front of you. And then bring your knees back. You're going to come into extended child's pose. So bring the knees about mat width apart. Big toes will touch. And then lower your hips onto the heels. Extending the arms forward. And place your forehead on top of your mat or block. So let's add a side bend here in our extended child's pose. Come up onto the tips of your fingers, lift the forehead off the floor, and then walk your hands all the way over towards the right as far as they would go. And then place them back down on the floor, place your forehead down. Then try to push your left hand into the ground and send your left hip closer to your left heel, increasing that stretch on the side of the body. And even in the poses that we hold, you can use the breath to work with the pose. So what I like to do, even in the static poses like this, is to add a little bit of movement. So with each inhale, you can see if you can maybe come up onto the tips of your fingers of the left hand and maybe walk them forward a little bit more and then place them down again with an exhale. Inhale, maybe finding again a little bit more stretch, and then exhale, place it down. So these poses, you don't have to stay where you ended up when you moved into a pose. You can add a bit of movement, and that movement can flow with the breath as well. And try to keep that audible breath here too. Good inhale, lift the forehead off the floor, come onto the tips of the fingers, walk your hands over through center. And then to the other side, towards the left. Again, place the forehead down. Push the right palm into the floor. Send the right glute towards the right heel. And again, if you want to move a little bit with the breath, inhale, find more length. Exhale, push the hand down. Again, inhale. And exhale. And that way, your mind won't wander. And stay right here, right in this moment. Good inhale, come onto the tips of your fingers, lift the forehead off the floor, walk the hands back to center. And then walk them closer to your knees as you lift the torso up. Bring the knees together and bring the hips on either side so that your legs can come forward. We'll do a little bit more core work. We've done quite a bit of core today with a lot of planks and chaturangas and everything else. But we'll go into a boat pose, Navasana. So find the sit bones on the floor. So move the flesh from under your sit bones, any flesh that might be there. And then bend the knees. Find opening across the chest and lengthen the spine. You want to keep this. With the knees bent, start walking your feet closer to you. You will lean back a little bit, but don't round into the back. Don't go too far back. Keep that integrity in your upper body. As you come on tips of your toes here, you can slide your hands behind the knees. Keep the opening across the chest. And now try lifting one foot off the floor and then the other. Core's working here. You can bring your big toes together here. The heels are apart. And you can stay here. Or if you want a little bit more, see if you can extend the arms forward. So let go of your legs. Again, check in with your back, your chest. Make sure you haven't collapsed. Nice and open. We'll stay here for 2 more breaths. Use your Ujjayi breath to get you through it. And as you exhale, place your feet down. You can hug your knees and place your forehead or turn your chin towards your chest. So relax your head. We'll go into a boat one more time. So set up first. Hands behind the knees, open chest, lengthen the back. Walk the feet. And then try lifting your feet up. Maybe you release your hands. And breathe, don't hold your breath. So those poses that tend to get hard, our tendency is to clench, to hold the breath. Relax, breathe. 2 more. And now we're going to lower onto a floor. So see if you can start straightening the legs as you lower down. Keep the chest open, keep the back nice and long. Slowly move until you can relax your body and come all the way down. And now we're going to need a blanket. So take a blanket and fold it a few times. And then you're going to take it and roll it. So you want to have a roll that kind of looks like this. If you have a bolster, then go ahead and grab your bolster. You don't need a blanket. But if you don't have a bolster, you can use a blanket and place it on your mat like this. And then we're going to lie on top of it. So you're going to try and place that space right under your shoulder blades. So for you ladies, it's going to be right by your bra line. That's the area you want to place onto your rolled blanket. And then place the head down onto the floor. You can keep the knees bent and the soles of the feet on the floor. Extend the arms to the sides. Just let the palms open up towards the ceiling. Or you can try straightening the legs. Now, if this is too much and doesn't feel quite good, you can place something under your head as well. So you would come back and then maybe place a block or a book under your head. And again, open across the chest. So see where you can find or how you can adjust this pose so that you can feel this opening across your chest, the slight bend in your thoracic spine, in your upper back. But you want the rest of your body to be fully relaxed. So try to find a position where you can achieve that. I'll stay here for 2 more breaths. And then to come out, you're going to bend the knees, place the soles of the feet on the floor. And then try to bring your elbows closer to you and use the core to lift your head off the support or the block. And you can come onto your elbows, move the blanket to the side. You can also move the block to the side. And come down. Our second last pose is going to be a twist. So you're going to move into a twist from here. So today for a twist, you're going to bend your knees and then lift the right foot, flex the foot, place the right ankle just above the left knee, open the right knee to the side. So figure 4 position here. Extend the arms to the sides, palms facing down, or again, you can come into a goal post. arms. Push into your left heel, lift the hips. And move the hips over towards the left couple of inches. Place them down. With an exhale, we're going to lower the knees to the right. So your right foot is going to end up, your right ankle on top of the left knee. It's going to add a little bit of encouragement for the knee too. So maybe go a little bit closer to the floor. You can play here and see how it feels to bring that right knee closer up to your body or down away from it. And see where the twist feels the best. And you'll also feel the stretch on the outside of the left leg. And as always, if you want, you can turn your head over towards the left, so opposite to your knees. Inhale, bring the knees to center, head comes to center. Uncross the legs, lift the hips, bring them back in line with the spine. And let's switch sides. So lifting the left foot off the floor, flex the foot, cross the ankle just above the knee, right knee, and then open the left knee to the side. Push into your right heel, move the hips to the right, place them down. And then with an exhale, we're going to lower the knees to the left. Again, playing to see what leg position works best. And then turn your head if you like. Slowly bring the knees back to center and your head. Uncross the legs. Move the hips back in line with the spine. And let's go into Shavasana, our final resting pose. So take as much space as you need to. Open the chest, turn the palms up, and then relax your feet, your legs, your glutes. Relax the hips, chest, shoulders. Relax your arms, your hands, fingers, your throat, your jaw. Relax all the little muscles in your face. And relax your mind as well. Very slowly start deepening your breath. Gently come back to the present moment. You can start wiggling your toes and your fingers, maybe moving your wrists, your ankles. Finally, bringing the arms up above the head, stretching the body, waking it up again. Until you bend your knees. And roll to your right side, pausing there for a moment. And then slowly pushing yourself up, back into that easy cross-legged position with which we started this class today. Keep your eyes closed if you can. And as we've done with every other class, let's close the class with 2 cleansing breaths. So if you want to join me, take a deep breath in through your nose and exhale through your mouth. One more time, inhale. Bring the hand to your heart center, palms will touch. Lower the chin to chest. Blink open the eyes. And raise your head. And thank you so much for tuning in for today's class. I really hope that you enjoyed this whole Yoga Foundation series. I hope you come back to it again sometime in the future. And also hope that you tune into the future classes that we'll post here. It's going to be a variety of classes. We're going to do different lengths. So we'll have some 10-15 minute classes, have some half an hour, 45-minute classes, and we'll also do classes for different areas of the body. So I have a lot of fun ideas. I hope you join me, and stay safe, stay healthy, and namaste.